Good evening and welcome to another episode of Que-stead-Que. What you gonna do? I don't know, but something's gonna grow. Well, you guys, here I am in the middle of an allergy attack that struck like 3 or 4 hours ago out of the blue. I was talking to Emily because she contacted me and another member of the Grow Club because we're the two who requested help this year. And so we got our dates together. So on the 29th of April, which is, I think, not next week, but the week after next, that's when they'll be coming here. So they'll be giving me 2 hours. And I went with the two biggest things that I need. Because since it's only 2 hours, and that is to get that big island table to the curb. They could set that to the curb, and then special pickup will come and get that the following Tuesday, and they'll haul that away. And the other thing is to get that groundhog sinkhole fixed. And so Emily's going to be coming by on next Friday. No, either next Thursday or next Friday to do a walkthrough of the backyard, so that we can decide, what all can be done, but my two priorities will be done. And she wants to look at the sinkhole because she said those groundhogs are atrocious. And so she thinks that we might could fill it with bricks. I said, well, I've thrown at least 30 bricks down that hole. Most of the bricks, those extra ones that I had, I've thrown them down that hole and I can't even see them. I said, so I know it's deep. I know it goes down quite a few feet. And I told her about how wide it is and everything. I said, I'm afraid that the ground may give way and collapse. And then you're looking at a sinkhole, which could force me right on out of the house. Michigan are known, especially with rain, for sinkholes. And, just like other areas such as Florida, I've watched a lot of different places where sinkholes have pretty much ruined a home because they can grow. And so this is the thing. So that's what I'm afraid of. I mean, it may not be that detrimental, but who knows? I know that thing is deep. So anyway, so I told her that I thought just pouring some quickcrete cement down there and then, the water, and just cement it in and then plant grass on the top, And so she said she wants to look at it, and then we'll go from there. So I'll let her look at it, and then, then we'll decide what we can possibly do with the thing. And it may not be as deep as I think. I don't know. She may have a camera. We'll find out. So stay tuned for that, okay? The Adventures of the Sinkhole. And so I am, at this very moment, it's 5:43 p.m. At 6 o'clock, I'm supposed to be at our event, which is our monthly meeting, and we're supposed to be seating up our transplants on today. So that's from 6 to 8:30. Well, as you can see, I can't go because our weather, we were like in the mid-70s yesterday. It was probably 75, maybe possibly 80 degrees. It was beautiful yesterday. A little windy, but it was a warm wind. It was beautiful. And so Robin and I, we were supposed to go fishing one day last week, and our weather did the same thing last week. We had this beautiful day, and we planned to go that next morning, and everything it snowed, actually. We had snow that stuck. It was probably about 1/4 inch of snow. It covered the ground, covered the cars, everything, so we couldn't go. And so on today, I said, on yesterday, I said, we can get it. I told Robert, we can hurry up and get a fishing trip out this week. I said, because the weather is beautiful. Robert said, well, I heard it was supposed to go downhill tomorrow and snow and this and that. I was like, I haven't seen anything about that. Last I said the whole week into the weekend is supposed to be beautiful. Well, Robert was right because, boy, I tell you, when I woke up this morning, it was dreary, of course. I was like, well, it's cloudy. It is so cold out there. Not only is it cold, the wind is just whipping. It is a nightmare. And where I messed up was Cheryl, my barter buddy, she sent me an email the day after we had met. I mean, the same day, that evening. She said, listen, you were going to buy some boxes at Home Depot. She was like, I have plenty of cardboard. She said, if you want it, she said, I can bring it by on Wednesday. Well, it turned out she was able to bring it by on today. She did it early this morning on her way out. And I knew I would either be, I told her I may go fishing today because I didn't know. But I said, if not, since she was coming by like at 8 this morning, I said, if not, I'll be in bed. I said, so just put it in the backyard, which she did. I must have been dead asleep because I never even heard her back there. I just woke up, and when I looked out the window, I saw the cardboard there, and then she had brought the crate back from the blackberry bush. So anyway, I went outside for a few minutes to get the cardboard that I needed to bring it in because it is going to be moist. It's either going to rain because it's supposed to, they say it rain all day for tomorrow. So it's going to either be rain, freezing rain, or snow, something tomorrow on Wednesday. And then it's supposed to be nice again on Thursday. So JD called, and so we're talking about going Thursday. It's supposed to be in the mid to high 60s on Thursday and sunny. And then Friday, rain, and then Saturday, wind. So Thursday, if any fishing day is available, it'll be this Thursday. But anyway, I'm rambling. But anyway, so yeah, Cheryl brought the cardboard. And so I was going to use that to, at least by tomorrow, get the cardboard laid. And then I was going to go to Home Depot and purchase. I have a little black cow. The black cow is on sale at Myers, but I'm not going to buy the 2 bags. I'm going to just skip the sale because I need to get some more potting soil. I have a half a bag in the greenhouse, and I need to get at least 3 more bags of potting soil because I want to make sure that it's going to be enough to give me at least, they said potatoes should be buried in at least 6 inches of soil. No, I'm doubling it. I want it to be at least 12 inches. So it's going to take quite a bit of that potting soil. First of all, I have to cover the cardboard, you know, and everything. And it's not going to be that big of a patch, just enough to cover up that area where that milkweed is coming. And I want to come from the fence so that I'll have a perfect patch so that later, once the milkweed and grass is killed off, I may decide to just till that up and try throwing some grass seed there again. And it'll cover that, the cardboard is going to cover the dent from that tree. So I'm going to need to at least, I don't have to cover all of the cardboard from the fence, but I think it would look better, more uniform if I do. So, and then that will give me the chance to plant something else if need be, because I'll have the tool and whatnot to cover whatever plant I put there. Specifically, if I decide to put some green beans, some extra green beans there, you know, that would be a good spot for that. Or, excuse me, or I could put, because the green beans can trellis the fence in that area over there. And not to mention cucumber, you know, I can do that. Anything that's trellising, I can put there. You know, I'll have to deal with the squirrels, but nevertheless, you know, the tool can cover up whatever. So anyway, so I'll decide, you know, once I get the cardboard down, and I'll decide once I get the 3 bags of soil, if it's enough to cover it all, along with that extra that I have in the greenhouse, then I'll go all the way. If not, then I can just, you know, leave the cardboard there. It's going to break down anyway, and the worms will get to it. Yep, so we'll go from there. Okay, then, okay, so that'll pretty much be that. And I wanted to tell you, I went on and used the yeast fertilizer on the rest of my plants. And when I tell you overnight, wow, it's like the true leaves got bigger. The plants, they just kind of took off. And I don't feel like getting up to show them to you, but I will in the next few days, the next time I come on. And what else? It was something else too. That's why I was coming on for that. Yep. And let's see. I knew I needed to tell you about the Grow Club. So we got that set. Oh, then I'll be volunteering next week Oh, I'll be getting my garden tags. It's either this Saturday or next Saturday. I think it's this Saturday. I'll be picking up my garden tags. I know they're ready. And so they're having this event in that building where all the artisans are going to have like an open house. So I'm going to that event. And then I'll be picking up my garden tags. And then there's going to be another event coming up that I agreed to volunteer for. I think it's it might be next Tuesday. And I will be a door greeter for that event. Because I'm behind on my volunteer hours with the Grow Club. I haven't done any training or seeding or anything like that. I help sort seeds. That's it. That's all I've done. On 2 occasions, I helped sort seeds, but I haven't been able to do anything else. So I need to get those hours in. Yep, so that when it's time for the plants, I can get those plants if she's going to do it that way again this year. If not, then, I'll be buying plants anyway, from them. Okay, so that's about it. So, hey, I just wanted to come on to say hi, and y'all keep me in your prayer. I feel okay. I just look bad. And it's like I got the sneeze freeze where you feel like you got to sneeze and my eye would water, but then that stopped after I put some eye drops in. Oh, that's what I wanted to tell you. So I went for my follow-up appointment on yesterday. So I go back in August, and that's when he'll check my eyes to see how much scar tissue formed. He said that he saw a little on yesterday where my cataract lenses set. He said, and actually that's not bad at all. He said it will either stay that way, he said, or it may continue to grow. He said if it continues to grow when I go back in August, he'll just hit it with the laser to clean it up and it'll never come back, the scar tissue. He said, but if it stays the way that it is, we will know in August that it's not going to go any further. He said, but he said they have set very well. He released me from all restrictions. He said, you can lift, bend, whatever. He said, whatever it is you normally do, you can do. He said, they have set very well. He said, there's no longer a threat of them moving, because that's the reason why you can't bend or lift for those first few weeks with the cataract surgery, because they're setting. And he said, if they have it all the way set, they can actually pop out or they can shift. All kind of horrible things have happened to people when they were non-compliant with the cataracts. And that means more surgery. And then it's more risky when you have to go in for more surgery. So therefore, you just follow the instructions. So now the drops, I'm in the home stretch, y'all. Let me show you. I'm in the last week of the drops, and it's only one time a day at breakfast time. So that's it. So I have been totally compliant. So after, let's see, I think Sunday is my last day, and that's it. I'm all done until I go back on the 27th. I didn't even have to be dilated on yesterday because they checked my eye pressures first, and my eye pressures were totally normal. So like I said, that's the most important thing to me, because I didn't want to, they thought I had glaucoma, but it was because of the cataract that I had what they call ocular hypertension. It caused the pressures to rise, which could have led into glaucoma, blindness. Lots of times that's why a lot of people go blind from cataract surgery. So anyway, I was up there. So now my pressures are normal, and because of that, they didn't dilate me on yesterday. There was no need, but I will be dilated on the 27th of August. And that's simply because he has to look behind the cornea and everything to make sure, and to see where that scar tissue landed. And if he has to do the laser cleanup, I will need to be dilated for that. So they just dilate you to begin with, and you're done after that. But anyway, and then they tested my eyes. I knew that my left eye was not going to be as strong as the right eye. That tested at 20/20. And it still tested at 20/20 again on yesterday. So I knew the left, I told her, is going to be lower. I said, because I can't see as well. I said, but together I can see perfectly. And so she tested the right eye, which was 20/20. She tested the left eye, and technically it tested out 20/30 simply because I missed in the middle. There was an N, and next to the N was an H, and I switched them around. I said HN instead of NH. And she said, I'm going to give you the 20/25. She was like, I'm not going to give you the 20/30 because you made an honest mistake. You know, you just switch those 2 letters. She was like, now, if you had missed any other letters on that line, then I would have had to stay with the 20/30. So then after that, she tested both eyes together. And 20/25 wasn't bad. For the left eye, I thought it was going to be a lot worse. I figured it was going to fall in the 20/40 range. And so it fell right at 20/25. I'm just saying 20/30, but you know, it fell in a lower range, only 10 points off of this eye. So anyway, so then she tested both eyes together, where I just looked at the, you know, the thing. I came out a weak 20/20, but a strong 20/25 with both eyes. So I was like, oh, hey, I don't mind. I was like, being that I was 2,400 before, because she told me, she was like, yeah, you went from a 2,400, which is Mrs. Magoo glasses, to a 20/25. I said, that's good enough for me. I don't have to be a perfect 20/20. And even my doctor said, he said, most people who get the basic standard Medicaid or Medicare paid lenses usually still need a mild prescription for eyeglasses. He said, and then what I do is I do the mild prescription at the top, and then at the bottom a bifocal for your readers. He said, you don't need glasses now. He said, so just readers. So now I have to go to Warby Parker to get some decent readers, because when I showed him these from Walmart, he was like, it gets you some good readers. He said, invest. So, and those things started at $138. I was like, ooh. But then I saw some other ones too that were cheaper. And I'm going to go to our local Warby Parker store to get my readers, because I have a feeling online $138, but they're probably going to be maybe a little cheaper in person, you know, or they may have a clearance section or something special in the store itself. And it's right by our Walmart in Rochester, and then it's by the Walmart here on my side. So either or, I said I'll probably go to the one by Rochester because it would be a bigger store. Okay, so anyway, that's it. I've rambled for almost 20 minutes. So have a great day and welcome new subscribers. I see you out there. And some of you responded, and I subscribed to your channels as soon as I saw that you had subscribed. So, and if you don't see me there, if you don't see my name under your subscriptions or whatever, one while they were putting our members, you know, our subscribers out, but I haven't seen them in the past couple of days. But if you don't see me or see that I have subscribed to you, just remind me and I'll do that. But I know that I hit 2 on one. I hit 1 on, no, that was for my other channel. I hit 2 on today, I believe, either 2 on today or yesterday. And then I hit like 4 on my other channel. That one's growing again. I lose a lot over there, and then it all of a sudden it picks up again. So I have like almost 460 over there, and I'm talking about nothing. Okay, I'm talking about everything over there. You know, the yarn, the crochet projects, and then I did Mama, the mini series where I told the story about my caregiving. Then I'm about to do my bullying from when I was bullied as a kid story. So I've got all these stories to go, and so that's what keeps them interested, you know, I guess, in the channel. But it's kind of fun over there anyway. So y'all welcome to come over there to My Fiber Fun. If you want to, you can come just to be nosy. But anyway, I'm going to get off of here now. And so I will talk to you guys later, and may God bless you all. I'm going to go in here and get some orange juice. I said I was going to fix something warm to drink. I might do that too. But anyway, I'm comfy cozy. I'm going to spend the evening crocheting. That I still have leftovers from when I grilled on Sunday. And so I'm straight. So I'm just going to relax, watch YouTube. So I'll be catching up with y'all videos, whoever posted. And look for me to respond. And I will talk to you guys later. And may God bless you all. Bye-bye.